So hey guys, this is Gurnoor Singh, and I have covered some Go lectures of a particular course. So whatever I'll be knowing, I will be just be telling you, and whenever I face difficulty, I will try to take help from ChatGPT. Let's quickly open that ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, just open. Let's try in Brave. Mm, ChatGPT.com. Why is this not working now? Yes. So here it is working. I yes. So ChatGPT is working. Now wherever I will be facing any problem, I will be telling you. Video has been already uploaded on my YouTube channel. For the part one, you can see it. Now we'll start from I think here we were. Yes. So the runtime is the engine that powers Go program. It ensures that the code runs smoothly and produces desired output. It also ensures that the Go program behave consistently across different operating systems. So there are two things. One is compiler and other is runtime. And there are also another things which are uh, Go language itself, and then Go syntax, Go compiler, and Go runtimes. When you download the Go language, all these come within the package. All right. So the runtime you have already told you that when we compile a program, it ensures that it runs just the same on Mac OS, Linux, or Windows. All right. So in the let's see the next line. When you hit the when you run the compiler, it translates code into instructions, and then those that runtime that executes those instructions. What does this mean? That the compiler converts the code which you see in these. This is all the code. It converts into the binary files. All right. So it converts to the binary files, and then binary files are set of instructions which runtime follows so that we get the desired output. All right. So next, let's see. Go program requires runtime to manage certain aspects related to memory management, which is garbage collection, concurrency, and other features. So let me explain one by one all of these terms. So what is meant by memory management? Like if you make a variable in the program, it has to have a certain memory in the random access memory. So to manage that memory, all this all those tasks to manage memory is called memory management. And memory management has certain tasks. For example, garbage collection. For example, you have declared a variable, but you are not using after some code line. For example, say after 64th code line, you are not using it. So what the compiler will do, it will just free that variable memory, and then we can use it for another variables or another tasks. So the next is concurrency. Concurrency are the tasks which happens together. For example, a function is running, and along with that another function is running. Both are running simultaneously. This is known as concurrency, and various other features which we'll see further. Now, what is garbage collection? The runtime is responsible for identifying and reclaiming the memory that is not in use. I have already told you. Now, what are Go routines? Go routines are lightweight thread managed by the Go runtime. These are basically related to concurrency. Go routines are the these are the functions which can run uh, what to say which which are running in the background maybe. So let's ask ChatGPT what does it says. Hey ChatGPT, what is meaning of go teams? Great question. Okay. So lightweight thread managed by Go runtimes, yes. Why use they are used to perform tasks in parallel? That is yes. I already told you that these are used to perform tasks in the background. It is written here tasks in parallel. It means that they are used to perform tasks in background. So there is also a term called runtime scheduler. It is a part of runtime. It efficiently schedules Go routine available at CPU cores. Okay, so allowing for concurrent execution without developer needing to manage threads manually. So, for example, let's say that if there are a lot of Go routines, what will happen is that the compiler there has to be a schedule that uh, that this Go routine will go to which CPU core or which GPU core. So this is usually managed by the runtime scheduler. Um, so where we were. Um, uh, Yes. So runtime scheduler, it's a part of runtime which schedules Go routines at available CPU cores so that they can run simultaneously. Um all right. So next, I have already told you what Go language includes. So there are certain Go program libraries such as those for reflection, channel operation, and other language features. I don't have clear idea what this is. So let's see what are um, what are Go program libraries? Go program libraries. Go program libraries are package of few reusable code that you use to perform uh, common tasks without writing everything from scratch. They contain function type inferences, sometimes constant that you can import. All right. So what does this means that Go Go program libraries are certain pre-written codes that you can use within your Go program. You can use that to import certain variables or methods which you can use in your program. In C or C++, we would manually allocate or free memory, but here there is garbage collection, so we do not need to do that. Now let's see this standard Go library is included in installation that you must import in the packages to use them. Already we have seen this here. This is importing the uh, libraries or packages is not imported. This library is imported. The library, oh, is it true? Let's see. When we write import statement after the package name in Go program, is it what is it? Is it importing a package or a library? And what is the difference between package and library? Okay. If you are importing a package, all right. So when we are writing an import statement in Go, we are actually importing a package. What is the difference between package and library? Package is a single unit of Go code A folder with .go files and a package declaration is what you import in your Go program. So a package is a folder actually which has different .go files. Now what is a library? Library is a collection of packages that provide reusable functionality, example web frameworks, image processing, etc. Often used more loosely or conceptually. So, okay, so how do we import a library? I would really want to ask that. How to import a library in a program? You import a package whether it's a part of standard library or from a third party. Let's go through. Okay, by step, how do you import a library? Initialize a Go module. Okay. Get the library. All right. All right. So we have not studied this yet, the Go modules and something like that. We'll explore it a little further when we go uh, little further. All right. So when importing a package, all commands are available, but the program is compiled. When compiled, only useful are kept and rest are discarded. This optimization is known as tree shaking. When you run the go build command in the terminal, what happens that the what happens that uh, the things which are not used from the package they are all automatically discarded by the Go compiler, and this optimization is called tree shaking. We can also name the imports. Go allows us to import the packages under the specific name using import statement. This import statement helps us to refer those entities with imported packages using custom names. So let me just describe what I am trying to say. First, we will write package main. All right, then we'll write an import statement. Import, then we'll write here fmt, and then we can write uh, as what you say p. Let's say p. So let me just ask ChatGPT to verify that. Mm, um, give a small example for named imports in Go program. Mm, import F. All right. So I think I wrote it wrong. And other import variants, all right. So this is also used, this is also used, this is also used. So not like this is more of a Python thing. We should use F. Yes, this is written like this. F. Yes. We can also use this curly braces if we have a lot of imports, but this is what it is like, and we can use double slash to write certain comments which are not executed. These are ignored by the compiler. We can now use f dot println. It's I think like that. Println and then whatever you want to print. Hello. Yes. So that's it. Next, we will study about these data types in Go language. There are a lot of data types in Go language. Let me explain those one by one, and we'll also study their default value. And let me just do this. Mm, View word wrap. Yes, now it's good looking good. So, yes, here is the integer. This is platform dependent size. What does this mean? I want to ask. Uh, What is the size of int in Go? What is what does it means to have a platform dependent size? Accent platform 32-bit system, okay, 64-bit system size of int. Platform dependent size, that it means that actual number of bytes used to store an int depending upon the system architecture. Okay, so on a 32-bit operating system, int can store the 32-bit values, and on the 64-bit OS, it can store up to 64. Okay. So yes, so it might be, it has to be 32 or 64. Now let's see about other data types. There are int 8, int 16, int 32, and int 64. Now, what does this means? That int 8 will store values from minus 2 to the power 8 to 2 to the power 8. Int 16 minus 2 to the power 6, 2 to minus 2 to the power 16, 2 plus 2 to the power 16, and similarly for 32 and 64. Now, if the operating system is 32-bit, then int or normal int, this will store minus 2 to the power 32 to the 2 plus 2 to the power 32. And if the platform is like 64-bit, then it will store minus 2 to the power 64 to plus 2 to the power 64. So next there are another types of variables or data types. This is unsigned counterparts, which means that it only stores the positive values. The uint 8 will store 0 to 2 to the power 8. Uint 16 will store 0 to 2 to the power 16, and something like that till 64 uint 32 uint 64. All right. So in the, if there is another float data type, the float 32 and float 64, they this single precision means that the whatever the number of digits which you can place after the decimal in float 32, these you multiply them by 2, and then you get the number of digits which you can place after decimal in float 64. This is the difference between these two. Float is just the data type to represent number which have decimal in them, all right, which are fractions. So there is another data types which we use to denote complex number. It's complex 64 and complex 128. These are used to perform operations on complex numbers, and there is a certain package named as maths slash cmplx, which has functions or real image conjugate functions, like it can be used to for perform operations on complex data types. Then there is a Boolean data type, which means that Boolean, like you want something which is either true or false, nothing else, then you use Boolean. And then we have array. It is used to store different objects, not objects, different types of data types. No, the same data types, but in contiguous memory in the RAM. This that it is a collection of similar data types located at a contiguous memory in the RAM, that is called an array. And then we have maps. Maps means that you have a data type, let's say string, and then we have a data type, let's say int. In place of string and int, you can place anything else, whatever you want. But if we want that a string, for example, my name is, and then we have an integer, say 64. So the my name is string will correspond to 64. So that the, that this means that So we'll explore it in the further lectures. We have different lectures over here. Then we have a struct. Struct means that if you want to group certain variables or methods or functions, I don't know about functions. Let's ask ChatGPT. What is, can we place functions in the struct in Go? No, okay. We cannot use it. Method. We can use method using struct with the struct using receivers. Okay. So we cannot use. So what is the use? Let me ask ChatGPT what is the use of structure so we can get a better understanding of that. Okay, great questions. I know that it's a great question, but tell me what I'm looking for. Composite data type that store multiple fields in a single name. Grouping related, modeling real world entities who play behavior. Okay, okay. So what does this means that it is used to like group different data types uh, in a certain bigger data type. That is what struct is. Now we come to pointer. Pointer is something that points to a memory location in memory. Think of the memory as small boxes, and then the pointer is your arrow, which points to that memory location, and then we call it a pointer. Then we have functions. Functions are something which they have predefined code, and when we run those functions, we actually may get output, or they execute something, they compute something, or they can print out something in the console, or they can like visit the internet and do things for us. So these are the functions. And then there is a channel, JSON, text, and HTML templates, and we'll study a bit more in the upcoming these files. So let's, for now, let's ignore these what they are, and then variables declared without an explicit initialization are assigned the zero value. Okay, so we are talking about the zero values of different types of variables. Numeric types are given zero values. For example, we have int 64, 8, all these things, int, float, complex. These are by default given a zero value. Now the boolean types, they are default to false, and then the pointer, slices, maps, functions, structs are initiated all with nil values. Now you must be wondering what a slice is. Slice means that the it's a part of array, to say an array which does not have a fixed size. It's slice. Now let's understand the certain uh, variables in the Go. So now we have, um, let's see the comments. What are these? In Go, when we are declaring a package, the package should match the folder in which the package exists. So this package should like this name should be the folder name. So the folder name is basics. So we have named the package to basics. Let's see what does this is. Pack maps are unordered collections of key value pairs. I know that. What is this? Okay. So the package is basics, and what is the package path? Users, Gunur Singh, documents, logos, and then basics. Okay. So then this is what it is. So the pro package. should be according to the folder that it is in file except the main package. So there is a package named as main package. Every folder has to have one, only one. And then there is another package that should be inside the folders, and that another package should be there. So all the packages in the folder should have the same basics. Mm, this name should be over there. So then we have import fmt. This I have already explained you. And then we have to understand about two things. One is local variable, and then there is a global variable. So let's see what it is. Mm, the global variable is the variable which can be accessed by every functions. Doesn't matter the scope, but still it's restricted to the package, that only in this file you can take this. You can like use that variable. For example, if this file is there and then we want to use this middle name variable in this file, we can't use that. Okay, so because this this global variable is still restricted to the package. And then there comes the main function, and then there we have declared a variable named as age. Now there is a syntax to declare a variable, that is where you have to write first where, then the name of the variable, and then the data type of the variable. For example, what values it can store, and that type you have to return right over here. Then the type of variable is optional. If you are initializing a variable, and declaring a variable, these are two different terms. Now what is meant by initializing a variable? Initializing a variable is this, where you only declare the name and then the data type which it can store, but you are not assigning a value to it. Then this here you are assigning the name John. It is correct. No, this was also correct, this is also correct, but what is the difference is, once you write like initialize it, or you provide a value to the variable, you do not need to write this data type. It automatically detects what the data type we are using. Also, to declare a variable, or no, to initialize the variable, the Go has given us certain what we say, a short syntax, shorthand notations, whatever you want to say. This is a shorthand notations which Go had given us. It says count and then colon and then equal to sign, and then we have assigned that value 10. Now for our channel, let's call this sign as a gopher sign. um, it might be written over here, but let me just write that this is a gopher sign. Mm, Colon and then equal to. This you will be using only when we are writing this count, or we are defining this variable for the first time. Defining and initializing variable are the same thing. So now let's see the other things. And then there is a last name. Then we have assigned a value Smith. Here var or string is not allowed. You if you want, still you can't use the var and the string keyword if you are using a gopher sign. Default variables, we have already told got that in previous lectures. Variable in Go have logged scope just like C++. If you have not used C++ in your life, Don't worry, I'll be explaining every one of it. So when you want to declare a function, you is it like let's ask ChatGPT. Here is the course which I was following. So if you want, you can refer that. Mm, what is the what we were asking? Yes. So is it true in the Go programs that we can only define functions after the main function? In Go program, you can define function in any order before or after the main function. Okay. Hey, where is the main? Okay, here is the main function. What if we define three before? Okay, then all right. So this doesn't matter that whether you define functions say here or here, but the variable which are declared here, these are global variable. So I also want to ask this. If we have to define global variables, is is it true that we have to define them in them before main function? Okay, so that's correct, I think. We have to define global variable outside and above the main function. Mm, if you try to declare inside the main function, but what if we define the variable after the main function? Question. It can be placed in the okay. So 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 is this greeting variable a local or a global variable? Greeting is a global variable, more a package level variable. Okay, got it. So we can also define this variable over here. Anything declared outside this main function is global. We can access this function in any function. This can, okay, I want to ask another thing also. Can we define a function inside a function in Go? In Go, you cannot define a function. Okay, so we can write this. In Go, you cannot define a function inside a function. This is an important observation because in Python you can do that. So let's see if anything is left. This is, I have already told, yes, this is done. The compiler will stop when it is found the single mistake. Whenever the your code has mistake, the compiler will stop there and then it gives error and then it won't read other lines. Variables live only in their scope, so their lifetimes is within the scopes, and when your scope is created, the variables get initialized, and when the scope ends, the variable finishes. That's all. So let's see this. These are certain naming conventions in Go which we use. So in package basics, we have import. These are the, this is the struct. Okay.